This is episode number 1 with Billy Contreras. So you did Suzuki, then we're doing buck dancing, but you're also learning fiddle while you're doing buck dancing?
Yeah, I learned fiddle from this fiddle teacher, and he would tell me the stories of the tunes, and I found that very interesting because I was into history and stuff too. So the stories behind the tunes were very interesting to me. Yeah, he was a really great teacher. I find a good fiddle teacher out in the woods that also teaches really good technique from the beginning, and his fiddle teaching was very solid, and you could see it in all his students.
Who was this fiddle teacher?
Jim Wood.
And then, so you studied with him until you were about 8 or something like that?
About probably a year and a half or something.
And then is that when you started working with Buddy Spiker?
Well, I met Buddy. I started when I was 6. I met Buddy when I was 8 at TNT taping. And I still have all those tapes of all those lessons.
With Buddy?
If you can get through my mom yelling at me and my brother trying to tell me what to do all the time, there's some good advice, back there. Because they would always, I was so young, they'd come to my lessons with me, and my brother played guitar. So the tapes are real funny to listen to.
So when you were working with Buddy, eventually you were doing a bunch of twin fiddle stuff with him too, right?
Yeah.
And that would be you guys would each be playing 1 or 2 voices?
Yeah, basically each playing 2 voices. I'm not exactly sure where Buddy got that from, because Dale Potter, his hero, he started playing stuff stuff like that because he was in Missouri and he was just listening on the radio and he thought it was just one guy playing all this stuff and Bob Wills band or whatever. So he started playing stuff like that. So that's where Buddy started playing those triple stops. And harmony was so common back in the old country music fiddling, just double harmony, just 1 and 1 or maybe 2 and 1. Like Buddy would do or Dale would do.
I think I saw you played with Buddy when you were about 13 though in
Yeah.
Nashville, and you guys were doing a bunch of that 4 voices stuff, 2 voices on each fiddle.
Yeah.
So how do you think about that? Is it a lot of parallel harmonies, or is it easy to describe how you approach a tune to come up with voices, or is that really complicated?
Man, I think it depends on what your goal is. If your goal is to come with something on the moment, it's easiest for one person to play the melody and then the other person to either grab both parts above or below, or maybe on both sides. The person playing the melody has to really lead you well. But as far as 4-part, one person can basically grab the melody with a 6th or 7th on the bottom. And the other person can play the inside voices of that chord, whatever they're on, and pretty much grab 2nds or sometimes 3rds and stay out of each other's ways. But what I've really found is that's really effective on a short-term basis. Really didn't do as much as lately the arrangements Buddy's been doing been way more dynamic, switching up the type of voicings all the time. And it's I think it's really effective, especially because we're doing stuff with bass and guitar.